Strength trials, file 12, productive week of work. Feel healthy again. I was a little run down last 2 weeks, just kind of sick and the weather changing and everything like that. But we got back to work solid. Opened up the week. We moved on from bands to chains in our dynamic effort bench work. Chains are a little bit different. They have a different groove. I'm not sure if I like them more or less than bands, but they definitely give a different effect. So that's why I'm mixing it up. Followed it up with 275 with the chain work on the shoulder saver. Kyle moved into a 5-3-1 program. He's a big fan of it. Him and Steve both love it. He was on that daily undulating periodization. He did his maxes. He was happy where he was at, but he wanted to go back to Wendler and go back to with what works. So here he is with his overhead day of 150 for 6. Those guys, they like the principles of Wendler. I think that's what they like more than anything. It's simplicity. He targets a couple core movements, and other than that, it's up to you. You can do your boring but big stuff, your 5x10 or whatever it may be. He has a ton of programs that are actually within his actual 5-3-1, outline. So I love 5-3-1. I think Jim Wendler's the man. And if these guys are training and getting it done, then it's worth it. There was my dynamic day, 335 or 5x5. I'm gonna actually move back to the safety bar next week. I'm not sure if I like the cambered bar for dynamic work. It swings a little bit too much. I don't feel like I'm putting enough energy into the bar. But I'm going to go back to the safety bar. I'm going to add actually just a little bit of chain weight. So I'll do, I know I did 3 weeks of it coming out of it prior to it, but I'll do safety squat bar, and maybe I'll put like a light band on there with some chains just to mix it up, so I'm not doing the same type of bar and same type of weight with band tension. But yeah, I seem to like the safety squat bar a lot more. I think it hits my upper back and everything else a lot better than the camber bar does. But here's absolute hell. This is the gauntlet here. I put on a 20-pound chain there with the vest, and I went for sets of about 15 to 20. This was after squats, deadlifts, and then I was supersetting that with hypers. That dynamic effort day is absolute hell for me. I don't know what it is as of late, but it's 50 minutes of nonstop work. I feel like I'm going to die afterwards, so I don't know if I'm doing it right or if I'm doing it wrong, but it is tough. The weights aren't heavy. I mean, they're moderate, but the intensity's high, so we'll see. Hopefully, moving down the line with the 340 for the 10 doubles and the speed squats, hopefully if those percentages map out, then hopefully I'll be able to PR in December. Here's Kyle. He's going to work his weak point. I think Kyle has weak triceps. He agrees with me. So his bench work running out of 5-3-1 is going to be with the shoulder saver. Maybe just for a little bit. He's going to hit the bottom of his bench with accessory work through dumbbell presses. But it's another unique way you can work 5-3-1. So he's going to target a weak point and finding his triceps, but he's also going to build the bottom of his bench up too with his dumbbell benches. Duke was in the way of the video there, but he had a nice spot. There was 340 for 1, which is a 5-pound PR for me on the close grip bench. I had my pointer fingers right where the smooth started. Followed it up with 365 for 2 sets of 2. Which felt good. I was pretty happy with that. I am also going to be dedicating some time here. My accessory movement on my speed days is a high rep dumbbell incline, 20 to 25 reps, and then on my max effort day I bump that down to about 10 to 15 reps. I go a heavier dumbbell, and I remember maybe 2 cycles ago I did a lot of incline work after my flat bench work, and my bench was very strong. So hopefully if I go back to that a little bit, it'll build up the lockout and also the pecs. Jesus. Here's Steve, 275 for 5. We've seen him do this about 1,000,000 times, but the fact that he was able to find some time, get in the gym and get it done is definitely worth a note here. He worked the low bar there. I want to see Steve throw around a little bit more weight. I think he was on the right track with the cube. He's going to argue with me about that, but I want to see him get strong. I want to see him throw around some weight that's going to make him think a little bit, Here's Kyle's 380 for 6. Like I said, he's back on 5-3-1, but he's used the football bar in his press, and he's going to use his safety squat bar. I think, in my opinion, the safety squat bar gives you 10 times more benefits than a straight bar does. You're just hitting a lot more muscle groups. You're actually using less of a percentage because you're not going to be able to squat more weight with a safety bar as opposed to a low bar straight bar. So I think you get more benefit, less wear and tear, and it's, I don't know, it's more comfortable on my shoulders. I know that if I use a straight bar for more than like a week or two in a row, my shoulders are definitely beat up and it goes down through my elbows. So here is my max effort day. We just did a straight weight box squat with a competition squat bar here. I took 3 attempts. I wanted to try to do it like a meet. So this was my first attempt, my opener of 505, and it moved very well. I was very happy. The warm-ups prior to that were kind of shaky. I couldn't get my feet set. But it came together on the last 3. We moved to 535 and then to 555 for it's a PR, but I mean, last time I did this movement, I absolutely got folded by 555. I was at Maine, I believe that was towards the end of last training cycle. But my back stayed tight. If you can see, I do flicker a little bit. That means, I don't know if it was a positioning thing, but I maintained it this time around. Last cycle, it folded me. So I was able to drive up through the lift, knee stayed out. I was very happy with it. I followed it up with 315 for 4 sets of 3 on a banded pin pull, beltless. Something I'm going to be doing here in the upcoming weeks just to really reinforce that low back strength and to hopefully dominate the lockout for a nice PR deadlift. Hope everybody has a good week. Stay safe and stay strong.